Hey everybody, I have a fun card to show you today, and what I'm actually going to show you is the background that I did on this card, and I love how it turned out. I saw this on Mitsu's Crafts. He said how he did it, but he didn't show how he did it, so I just kind of figured out how I wanted to do it, and I'll show you how I did it. So I use shimmery white cardstock for mine, and I know a lot of people don't have that because Stampin' Up! Got rid of it. So I'm also going to do it on watercolor paper that Stampin' Up! Does have, and it's the Fluid 100 watercolor paper. And I prefer shimmery white cardstock, so if you get a chance, let Stampin' Up! Know that you want them to bring it back. I know it's production issue for them. They can't get it, but you know, you can still send them an email, and if you need the email for them, let me know and I'll send it to you. I'll try to put it in the link of the video as well. So first thing you want to do is you want to protect your work area. Let me show you what I used first. I used the Cheerful Daisies bundle that's coming May 2nd in the new catalog, and this stamp set it's really nice. So I used the daisies that are in there, and I used some returning colors, which are Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, and Lemon Lime Twist. Then I used a new color that's coming May the 2nd, Lemon Lolly, and Early Espresso, and some Whisper White craft ink, and I'll show you what I did with that after a while. But if you're going to use craft ink, I would say dedicate one of your blending brushes to the craft ink and leave it only for craft ink. I'm not going to say that you're going to stick it in a different color, because I just did that when I was using it, but you can wash these out. It takes a little bit to dry if you wash them out, but you can wash the ink out of them and reuse them. So if that happens, you know, it's not all over yet. So what you want to do is you want to open these up. And these are older ink pads because I had them from the first time around. And they still work, so. And then the Pretty Peacock is just beautiful. So what you want to do, I'm going to put the main colors that I use right here. And then, well, so what you want to do, or what I did, is I actually inked up and off for the really dark peacock, and then just start stamping and keep going until the ink runs out. And then, because this is called generation stamping, so that it goes from dark to light. And then you can just ink it up again wherever you want it to be darker. Just come back in and stamp. And I like a lot of color on this, so just keep layering, you know, and because I love this color. Pretty Peacock is one of my absolute favorites. I was so excited when they were bringing it back because it's just so beautiful. It's not really a green, it's just that beautiful shade of green and blue mixed together that I just love. So just clean this off, and I don't go back and clean it off real well because I'm just going to ink it up again. So this is the Lost Lagoon. Just come back in, layer that color in where, you know, there's some open spots. You know, if you want it to be a little darker, you know, just leave it, you know, don't stamp off. But I like a lot of color. So then I'm gonna clean it off as best as I can, and then come in with the Lemon Lime Twist. And the Lemon Lime Twist is so much lighter than these two colors. I just go at it full strength because, you know, I want a lot of that color in there. And I'm actually going to bring some in just a minute, even more, with my blending brush. So I'm not doing too much in here because it's going to be covered by that big flower. You know, if you want to, you know, you can go right ahead and do that. And then I just come in with the blending brush and load up my lemon lime twist, and then just sponge it and kind of blend all this color together. And it might make your color, you know, on your brush a different color, but like I said, you can always wash this off. And, you know, then what I did is I just mist it a little bit so that it, you know, just try not to go wild with your, try to stay back as far as you can. And then it will make your colors bleed a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this to the side till it dries a little bit. And then I'm going to bring in a piece of shimmery white cardstock because I want you to see how different they are, you know, because every paper is, you know, takes ink a different way. So, you know, if you can get your hands on some of the shimmery white cardstock, then, you know, that's a good thing. So, I'm just gonna put this, take all that. This is such a pretty stamp anyway. It's going to be fun to play with. So I'm going to lay down some more color. I might get some more of this in there because I do love this color. Okay, just clean that off a little bit. We're going to get the Lost Lagoon. I'm going to come in some of the places that we don't have that, where there's open white spots. When I first started stamping, and I was stamping with Angie, and I had a really hard time just doing random stamping. It was so hard for me. I wanted to know exactly where my color was going to be. She was like, just stamp, just pick up the stamp and just put your color down. And it was like, finally I've got to the point where I can pretty much do random stamping. So I'm going to take that color off there, and then I'm going to come in with the lemon lime twist, go over top of it, get in there in the white spots. Just, these colors just look so beautiful together. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the brush. I think I have enough color. And then we're just going to blend. It's amazing how the color, it makes the other colors pop even more when you put this color on top of it. I think it's just so cool. I like it. I'll put these over here so I don't spritz them again. So I'm going to have to find my Stampin' Up! Spritzer because this one just puts way too much water out there. So you just want to spritz that a little bit and let it kind of blend the colors in a little bit. So let's go back to the, I'm going to put this one to the side, and I'm going to bring in the watercolor piece. And it's still a little bit wet. So I'm going to hit it with the heat tool. And if you find that you want more color in it, this is the time to do it. Just add some more color back in. But I'm just going to hit this with the heat tool. I'm going to do the back side so it'll kind of flatten out your paper. And all of your samples are going to be different. It doesn't matter if you think you have the color the same every time. It's just going to be different. So for the next part of this, what I did is I use our new masking paper, and this is the Bouquet technique, where you use the circles and your craft ink. So let's get this out of the way. Bring in my craft brush, and what you need some circles, and it doesn't matter whatever size you want, but I just used smaller circles and just put them wherever you think you might want that to be. You know, it's that randomness again. It's so hard sometimes for people. I know it is for me, so I'm sure it's hard for you too, but just, you know, just figure out where you want them to be. And I think I need to move that one because I think it's too close to being where the other one is in the same spot. You want it to be random, you know. Let's bring this one over here. Oh, I forgot to peel the back of that one. I'm going to bring this one in. And I have time to peel that one. So then we're going to put that one there. I think we're going to put a tiny one right there. So what you want to do is you want to bring in your craft ink. Can you tell it got some of the color in it yesterday because I dipped it in a brush too much. And I think there was color still on, you know, this from my first technique. So, oops. What you want to do, you want to make sure your circles stick down. Otherwise, the technique doesn't work that well. And it might still just be a little damp. Make sure that they're down so I can go over top of them. So let's load this up. And you just want to go over top of your circle. See, that one wants to pop up. It doesn't want to be there. So just go over top of it and lay down some of your Whisper White. And I should have dried it up more. See, that's what I get for being impatient. It doesn't want to, they don't want to stick. But we're just going to go with it. So just go over top of them with your Whisper White. And it kind of tones down the color. You know, if you don't want it to be that toned down, you know, just add some more color to it. And we're just going to let that one pop off of there because it just doesn't want to stay. Let's see if we can get another one on here. Because we want the circles to show. Okay. The little ones don't want to stay at all. They're being mean. So, let's just go with what we got. Yeah, that one doesn't want to stay. So when you peel them off, you should have little circles under there. Isn't it cool? I just think it's neat, you know, because it just pops some of the color, leaves some of the color bright, and some of it dulls down. I think it's pretty. You know, just make sure your cardstock's dry before you start trying to put the circles on because they don't like that. They want to have some sticky to them. I'll make sure my other one is nice and dry before I try these circles on them. So hopefully you'll get a better effect on the other one. But you can see it just, it makes some brightness in them and then it tones it down in other spots. So I'm going to put this one to the side and we're going to see how dry this one is. That's not bad. So let's see if the circles stick on this one. So I'm just going to pop them on there. I think it's just these little ones for whatever reason they don't want to stick. Stick them down. Okay, stick that one there. Okay, put that one there. I think maybe these ones will stick better on here. Hope so. Yep. I think that's the one I didn't peel. I'm just going to get him out of the way so I don't pick it up again. one there. Maybe see if I can get this one down here. And maybe one more big one over here. Okay, let's try this and see how it works. Okay, so we're going to load up the brush, and we're going to just go over top of these. All these ones seem to be sticking so much better. Yes. I like it when a plan comes together. That's much better. So just keep adding your craft ink to the top of it. Like I said, just make sure that you put, you let it dry enough so that your circles stick, and then you'll get a much better technique. You know, try not to be impatient like I am, but I think it is so cool. Okay. Fill these babies up, and hopefully you can see this better. Yeah, that's much better. Isn't it cool? I like this technique. Oh, let's turn this around so that we can use the other end to fill these up, because I want to use these again, because you know I'm going to make more cards. Oh, that one's really sticking. Either it sticks or it doesn't stick. It's like there is no happy medium with this stuff today. All right, there we go. I like how that works. So I hope you can see this. I'll hold it up closer to the camera so hopefully you can see better. Oops, I ripped that off. Dang it. I'm having issues today. So, you know, there's no mistakes. You can just always fix anything. You can always come back in with a little bit more. Go right over top of that. That's what I always tell the girls at class. You know, there's nothing that you can't fix. So let's go right there. And you just blend it in. It's like it never happened. So let's just peel these off. And wow, these are sticky little devils, and my fingernails, I chopped them off when I got my manicure. Ooh, that one's really sticky. So let's peel this one off. I like it. I like how they turned out. So I do not edit my videos, so if this part irritates you, just fast forward through it. And then, isn't that pretty? I like that bouquet technique. It's really cool. So let's look at these together. Not too much of a difference. I just always think the watercolor paper, you know, it has a little more texture to it because of, you know, this is smooth and then this is not. So, you know, it's still pretty. I'm going to go over that one right there. A little bit of ink because some of the color came off. And then just, you know, light disappears. I like it. So hopefully you like these techniques. And I think with these ones, I actually just spritzed them more so that they were lighter. So, you know, when you're playing with them, just do whatever, you know, however you like the background. This is just something so you have an idea of how I made this background. Yours is not going to look exactly like mine, and that's okay. You know, you want it to be yours, and just keep playing with it until you get something that you like. That's what I always say. You know, it's yours, and you just keep playing. I'm going to clean my fingers a little bit, and then I'll show you how I put the card together. I do one of them for you so you don't have to watch me make two of them, because they're the same. It's the same idea. So let me clean some ink off of my fingers. That's one thing, if you want to use gloves, you could use gloves, but I just like to feel the ink and the paper, and, you know, it'll come off. Maybe not right this second, but it will come off. So I'm going to put these up here so you can see them. So I can see them too. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to get the watercolor pieces and bring them over. And these are all the pieces that I used. And this piece right here, I just take my, whatever color you want the leaves to be. If you want them to be the lemon lime twist, just do them in lemon lime twist. If you want them to be in Lost Lagoon, I like Lost Lagoon too. It just depends on your background. If you want it to pop, or do you want it to be more the color of the background, you know, whatever you want it to be. And then this one, I just actually trimmed that off because I didn't want it at the bottom. I wanted it at the top. And then let's just pick this piece out of here, put it to the side. And again, you can do this in a lemon lime, or you can do it in whatever color you want it to be. I'm just going to go with lemon lime. And while you have the lemon lime out, I also did the little tag that's on there because I wanted it to be a little lighter than if I just cut this out of lemon lime twist cardstock. And this way, if you wanted to, you could even come in and do some of the bouquet on that, or you could add another color to it. You know, just play and have fun. That's what it's all about, is having fun. So then this, for the inside of the flowers, I used a sponge dauber and the lemon lime twist. I just load it up, and then you just want to go and around, and then here you just want to go like around the edge of it, and then this also, and you can do it on your flower that's going to be, you know, as much as you want on it, and then a little bit on this. So then for the inside of the flower, well, first I want to give it a little bit of dimension. So just take your bone folder. You can curl these leaves down with your bone folder, and then curl your other ones up. And then you can just do that. Just be careful if you don't want them to come apart. And then I just use dimensionals to stick them down. There we go. There's some dimensionals. There's a small one too. I'm gonna put some on the back here. And I'm gonna put a little one, I think, on that one. Right there. Peel these babies off. And then just decide where you want to place these. I like these down at the bottom. Like this, you know. And what I'm going to do first, because I forgot, is I'm going to color, my inside. And this one I used a new color. It is clay, copper clay. And then this one, I just love early espresso for the insides of these flowers. So let's just go over top of this. and do the edge right under there, and then the inside of this. Okay, and I'm going to leave this out because I need to add some more. You never know. Just have to look at it when you do it and see what you think. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to come in with this and go under. Oh, ew. It's a brand new tube and it is raring to come out. It's like, oh my, I don't need that much. It does not take much for this to hold it down, and I don't want it all glued down. I want it to have that dimension and that pops, and you know, and I don't want it all over my card either. So let's put a little bit on this guy. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a lot. I don't like a lot. So let's put just a little bit. New one, and it is coming out. So let's put that under there. And then I actually use some of the gold twine, and this I like to just wrap it and just let it go crazy. So I like the ends to come together so that I can put a glue dot on them right there. So let's give it a little snip. And then I'm going to put a glue dot on it. See if I got one. Nope, I didn't get one. Come here. There's one. So then just put it right on the end. Oh, my phone. Ah. So you just want to put it on there and just stick it underneath your flower. Let it do its thing. Sorry, my other phone's ringing. It's like, oh no. Okay, so we're going to stick this under there. And then I'm just going to stamp this one with the Pretty Peacock. And then that'll bring your colors together. And then I think I just glued this down, but I might use dimensionals on this just so it'll go over top of the twine. I went a little crazy on the twine, if you can tell. I didn't have as much on the other one, but you know, I like it. So we're going to put this on there, and then we're going to put the tops on the flowers. Everybody's phone's ringing. All right. So we're going to put this piece on there. Just a tiny bit of glue. And I forgot to put this on here. I want to... Now the doorbell's going. It's like, oh my. So you just want to put this right on top. And then you want to do the same thing to this one. You want to curl the edges up. And then just add a little bit. Right? Yeah, I'm doing a video.
Mommy's doing a video.
Sorry. So when I do this, I just want to line that piece up with this piece, and then you know that your flower. So I was trying to do it with the edges of the leaves, but I couldn't tell where I was getting. I couldn't get myself lined back up. So if you use use the insides of that, then you can tell where they go together. That's the easiest way I've found to put them together. I have trouble putting mine back together. So let's put this last piece on here. I'm going to curl these up a little bit. Put a little bit of glue on them. Just takes the tiniest amount of glue. And just put these down. Get the stuff out of the way so you can see it. And I think I want the insides darker. Get this out of the way here. This out of the way. Put these up. And I want that just a little bit darker. I knew I would need my early espresso. So I can add color. I like it. I like it a little bit darker. There we go. All right. Isn't that pretty? And then all you have to do is put it on a card base. And even if you wanted to come back in and flick some color over top of it, that'd be good too. So we're just going to add it to the card base right like that and call it good. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you make your own, get your fingers inky, and have some fun. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.